Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're tuned in to the crew, podcast and media network, where voices rise, stories shine, and purpose meets the world. Welcome to the crew. Come on in. This is where it starts. We are the change. We are the change. Right here in our heart. Welcome home, welcome through. There's a place for you. The crew around the world, lifting every voice too. We make space for the voiceless, hope for the undeserved. Real talk, real stories. Every voice deserves to be heard. Streaming live, we on the move. Facebook, Twitch, Kick, YouTube. From the mic to the nations, we build transformation. Change begins with us. Faith, purpose, power, trust. Seen around the world tonight. That crew shining bright. Come on in and this is where it starts. We are the change. We are the change. Right here in our hearts. Welcome home, welcome through. There's a place for you. The crew around the world, lifting every voice too. Tune in nightly, Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Miss the live, catch the replay, 15, 20 more behind. We are the change. We are the change.
Down in South Carolina, where the stories rise. There's a queen with a mission, fire in her eyes. 20 years and counting, serving wisdom on the shelves, helping voices find the courage to believe in themselves. She opens up the pages, lets the hidden stories shine. Black and brown author stepping boldly into time. With a mic and a message, she's changing the scene. Everybody knows her name, she's a literary queen.
From the library shelves to the podcast stream, you lift every author, you wake up a dream. Tuesday night at 8 and the room leans in.
Patricia Scrimbaugh, let it all begin.
SCBookGal, keep shining your light, lifting up the authors, bringing stories to life.
Patricia Scrimbaugh,
We see your dream, literary queen, literary queen. SCBookGal, let the whole world see
Patricia Scrimbaugh.
your legacy. From the page to the air, you set it free. Literary queen, literary queen.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, this is your girl SCBookGal 843, and this is another author interview, you guys. Listen, so I'm kind of excited about this one. I'm not gonna say I'm kind. I am, because I've never done a book about sports. Okay, am I a sports girly? Well, it depends on the sports. Okay, I'm not gonna kid you not. I do look at football to look at the guys' butts. Don't we all do that, females? Don't act like we know what's going on. Well, there are some that does. But I also do look at basketball, women's basketball. I'm getting to it, especially because of the mascot. I think it's Ellie, the elephant. Oh, gosh. But I would say this is the first time I've ever done an interview on a sports book. Yes. So it is an honor. So I am going to bring author Shaun Brooks up, and we're going to talk about his books. Come on up, come on up. Hey,
Hey. All right.
how are you?
All right, I'm well, and yourself? I want to extend my humble greatness for extending your platform to me, and have high hopes for this book and its possibilities and aspirations, and just ecstatic for you to share your platform with me. And yeah,
Oh,
it's and you're believing in my mission there.
Listen, one thing I do is I am thankful that I have this platform. And two, I love indie authors. Indie authors have this hunger for their books. It's just that they will say you need to read my book, such and such and such and such and such, and I love that because y'all put forth such great effort. I feel like as a reader, I need to do my part, and if I can do even more, which is this platform, it's an honor. So I thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Oh, yes. Without a question.
So
Absolutely. Even though we had a little few glitches, but it was
y'all, let
workable.
me tell y'all, this was supposed to happen because first of all, the first time was my fault. Okay, y'all know your girl got a whole. I wish I had my planner. Oh, here it is. I got this whole planner, you guys.
Mhm.
Like my stickers. Yeah, I'm a sticker girl. I have this planner, and I put out the call because you guys know me. I do my interviews in spurts of 2 months, and if the author wants to go further, that's fine. The amount of authors that hit me up, I had to start doing pre-recording because I have yet to tell any author no. If you want me to record, you want to do it, we might not be able to do it live, but I'm going to make sure your voice is heard. That is my job. That is my agenda. That is my love, is to make sure you, as the author and readers, to be able to hear you. So,
Absolutely.
before we go any further about the book, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, me, I was born here from New York. Very pretty much seasoned. Just had a birthday, cancer season, July 4th. I was born and raised in New York. I lived in Oahu, Hawaii for 3 years. I lived in South Lake Tahoe, California. I lived in Virginia Beach, Virginia. I also lived in Palm Bay, Florida. So I've been around, I've basically been traveling and did my piece of living in different places and different areas and explore different things. And I also was an ordinary seaman for like 3 years. I traveled to Bahrain, Dubai, Singapore as an ordinary seaman. And I also, well, wanted to also put out a book, biography, which is also on Amazon, Life Experiences of Shaun Brooks and Family. So I should have grabbed that book, but I still have it. But we can attach it over there. But yeah, I also wrote a biography of myself. But yes, it's basically, I was basically wanted to give back and started just to wanted to donate to homeless people and this felt hell it was my calling. I said I lost my brother back in 2021 and stuff like that, so I learned not to take life for granted. And try to get over here to visit my mother as much as I can. And basically, I'm a bus driver, my thing, but I'm working that and kind of struggling as well. And, I basically opened up my own nonprofit, which is helping just one basketball player turn into three basketball players, turn into five. And it was one player from South Sudan and then another player from Kenya. I initially started helping them with school fees. And
Mm-hmm.
we had a little group on Facebook, and that kind of I just wanted more exposure. So then
Okay.
so then I wanted to formulate a group page on Facebook, and then trying to get support for them was like it's not as easy as it's what we take for granted, that we have
Mm-hmm.
what we have over here in the U.S. $5 would last them a whole week over there and stuff, because what we take for granted, they have lack of food. They'll go days without eating. They wouldn't. They have. They go days without transportation if they don't have sufficient resources, or if they get sick or injured, they don't have the resources to, accommodate them. They don't have the support. Anything like we could go over here to the ER and get everything has to be paid in cash, or they just suffer over there. And it just hurt me to the core. So I said, let me advocate. I've been advocating for them for about 5 or 6 years, and I said, let me just give them also a platform. I made up recently a website, which I could also indicate it over here, showing how players online. And it's a website of put few of my players on there and their profiles so they get some exposure. And I also wrote um this book over here, as you see in the corner, showing power players, so I could give my players and coaches a platform so they could have some exposure, and giving them a platform to, because they really have some intense, deep backgrounds where they come from. Some come from refugee camps and disowned families, and it's really it's something that you wouldn't even comprehend some of the background, and they still, manage to, stay humble, and they are very respectful. They aren't like the teenagers over here that be into this little drill and hip hop and all that stuff. They have a different way of thinking, and they're grateful for the little bit of things that you bless them with, and stuff. So that's why I continue on advocating for them. And, right now I have about 800 players, most of them from South Sudan. I also have players in Kenya, Mali, Congo, um, Nigeria, and also coaches. So, yeah.
Wow. So it seems like you guys are like really, really all over. And I think this is a wonderful way to get the story out about these players.
Mm.
So, how did you come about the idea of making this into a book?
Well, I I just wanted just for the players to have like I was thinking, listen, let me just give them a platform where they could voice their each of their stories into at least one chapter each, because there's well over 800, so I only could do about 30 players. And it's basically, I just wanted them to have like a voice out there, because it seems like, you know um I've been the things I've been dealing with these players in terms of trying to get them visas, and we got this current administration that's banning visas. I'm sorry, I don't mean to get political, but, but yeah, they're their visa bans over here in this administration is just deplorable, and but I'm even trying to get uh, visa visa assistance and any type of sponsors. Some of the coaches, they're all for it with helping to sponsor the players, but as soon as they hear the visa process, then that's when it entails, like the cost and everything. Then that's when they kind of lose the drive to help to aspire to make these players. And I've been conversating with a lot of coaches, and from different states, and it seems like it's nothing but they're with it, and then they kind of lose their drive pretty much with helping them. So I feel like this book would be, if it's in black and white, that it'll gravitate to a particular audience, and there's very high hopes of it reaching a particular audience. Hopefully, it'll even come in contact with an NBA player or a celebrity. You never know, because if it goes viral, you never know. So I'm speaking it into existence.
You never know. Maybe they sitting up here be like, "What in the world?" If
Yeah.
that NBA player,
Yeah.
NBA coach, or
Hmm.
just anyone who's a sports fanatic, if
Hmm.
you can sum up your book in about 3 sentences,
Hmm.
what would you say to them?
Uh, so please support, please share, please uh, give them opportunity.
You know what? That's great. I mean, you're using your book and your platform to shed light on something that would never be given light to. That
Yeah,
is totally awesome. I love the fact that you do that.
absolutely.
What made you want to start that? Like what did you see that that made you say, you know what? Let me go ahead and start this nonprofit so I can help out my brothers. What did you see?
Well, I particularly saw, them going through hardships and stuff over there, like, lacking resources and everything, and lacking things that we take for granted. And I said, let me see if I could make a difference over there. And, it's just one person makes a difference. So I just thought I'll just give it my all. Yeah. Yeah. It's just one person makes a difference, and stuff. A lot of coaches, they also say, there's plenty of players that over here in the U.S. that can use the resources, but some of these uh, players over here, they take things for granted, and they aren't really as um, prominent and determined. I'm not gonna say everybody, but most of them, they take for granted. They the latest bling and who could drive the fastest and flexing and all that stuff for the
It kind
brand.
of reminds me of how indie authors are
Mhm.
done. There are authors who are so seasoned, and there's this one story I've told before about an author who she's a well-known author, has been on TV shows, have been in movies, and
Really?
she said this. She said, "I don't care if they don't like my book. I've already got paid for it.
Mm.
I have never touched any of her books again." And she has
Mhm.
another book coming out pretty soon. I won't be even touching that book. So it how the way your players are reminds me of the life of an indie author. Like, we want you to get our book, we want you to read our book, we want you, but then you have these other authors who are seasoned, who just want the money, who just wants the movie deal, and they're forgetting about the readers and how much we want to. So, the fact that you are keeping your main goal in the
Mhm.
forefront, that
Yeah,
makes this that makes this so worthwhile. So worthwhile.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
So
and the fact that we got this idiot. I'm sorry, Irish man in office. I'm
don't
sorry.
worry, that's
You
okay. I
probably
was
gonna edit
just
that out. But he's kind of he's despicable, but he's just kind of making the spectrum of this visa process even more rhetoric and stuff like that, tedious process, and just everyday way of living. Even us over here, with this ICE situation, so that's causing all types of havoc and stuff like that. He
Mhm.
isn't making things any easier, but
Right.
that
So as we
that's
sum this up, what would you like to say to the people who are going to purchase this book, the people who are going to see this book, the libraries that may purchase this book, um, people of power who may purchase this book, people who are just normal people like me in everyday America that would like to donate to this cause? Tell them how they're able to donate, how they can follow you on social media, And just like we say on SC Book Gather Friends, give them the rundown.
Well, I feel that they should give this book a chance because it embraces and helps, you know, this poverty, um, Africans that's looking to for any type of opportunities, whether it be new pair of sneakers or few dollars or any type of basketball equipment that you could offer, would be uh, tremendously appreciated abundantly, because I've been at this for not just 1 month, 2 months, but well over a couple of years now, and you know, um, and they could also reach me on my platforms at on Facebook. I'm on YouTube as well. I could showing power players, and as well as my website, which is a direct link. And then I'm also have Cash App as well as Zelle. And they could also probably make a difference between, you know, just having them any type of chance. They could just make a difference, in these child's life, these players' life. Just make maybe that be that one to uplift them, to show them that, that there is difference in positivity and change and uplifting them. And this way, they every little bit counts. Nothing is FC too small. Every little bit counts. Uh, I'm humbly blessed for even, having this platform to reach out to y'all. And thank you wholeheartedly for just even thinking about it, or they could leave a good review on the book. But I guess that's basically it.
Well, you know what? I'm going to make sure they have all your information. So,
Yeah,
guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make the blog for this. So, of course, I have to input all the information. So, give me Monday, people. I'm going to have his blog set up, which is on Etsy, Book Gals and Friends. You know how we do our author interviews. We post it up, and I'll make sure that I have all his social media information so that you can follow him and even the links to grab this book and his autobiography, Shaun Books and Family. Okay? So don't forget, you guys, give me till Monday. Hold me to it. I don't have anything till Sunday, so yeah. But Mr. Shaun, we thank you for being with us tonight.
absolutely. Thank you for having me. Thank you all for listening out there. Yeah, be good to each other, and help each other. Much blessings to y'all.
Of course. You guys, it's another interview on the books, but I want to talk about something real quick that Mr. Shaun Brooks brought to our attention. A lot of the stuff that is happening is because of that man in the seat. You know what I'm saying? So, what I want you guys to do, November is coming up, okay? In the state of South Carolina, rest in peace, Lindsey Graham, but we're about to have a runoff election in about 2 weeks, okay? Make sure y'all get out there and vote, okay? Because the decisions that are being affected is affecting everyone's life. And if you want to have a say so in that effect, the first step is voting. Okay. If you have any questions about getting your voter registration or anything, y'all know me. Hook up your girl, SC Book Gal and Friends, and we will make sure we get that information to you. Because if you vote correctly, okay, these players will be able to get the visas and the supplies that they need. All the things that we had built up before this came to the seat, we'll be able to get it all back. And then this book, well, maybe the next book, Mr. Shaun Brooks write, will be a book that shows all the achievements of these players. So make sure y'all get out there and vote. Make sure you join Monday. Go to the blog, get that information 5, 10, 20, 100,000, whatever you can do to contribute to these players, okay? Or just buy the book. Believe you me, everybody has a guy or a teenager in their life that can appreciate this book, okay? This is your girl, SCBookGal 843. Remember, there's no such thing as an old book because not everybody has read every book. See you guys Tuesday with a new author. Bye.